Welcome guys. Welcome guys. Welcome guys. Welcome guys once again in our today's session. And again, today we are going to continue our previous novel, A Tortured Heart. Chapter 5 we have completed, and we are proceeding to chapter 6. And today they are asking for login, so I'm going to log in that. No issue. Now we are continuing our novel, Nikhil Singh. Hi brother, how are you? कैसे हो आप? And we are moving to our next chapter, chapter 6, because yesterday we have just completed only one chapter. And we are now on chapter 6. Puppet. Hola, bin 6. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hola, hola. Hola, bunakis. I woke up by Matilda, lightly shaking my shoulder, her head in corner of my eyesight as I slowly blink from my sleep. I heard yesterday that the headmaster wanted to see you this morning. Didn't you know if you had set an alarm? She says, grating her teeth in hopes I won't mad that she woke up. Hola, hola, puppets, pups. Hola, Braksa. Braksa, what is Braksa, bro? Do you speak English? Yes, I can speak English. I didn't even think of an alarm. Thank you. I say, sitting up from my bed. I pull off the cover and stand up. Would I be able to borrow some more clothes again? Now it was me who was gritting my teeth as I wait for a reply. I didn't want to be a hassle. Girl, my wardrobe is your wardrobe. Use it whenever. She spoke, waving her hand about as she walked away. I wall I walk over. I don't need. I walk over to here. Wardrobe. I walk over to her wardrobe. Or should I say mine? And I pick out a pair of leggings and a long slap tops. I walk into the bathroom that we all share and lock the door. I quickly get changed and come back out into the room. We have a little bit of time for breakfast and then I'll take you to Mr. Whitlock's office and do the tour afterward. Sounds good? She said. She asked. I nod and we both walk out together with Frankie and Ellery following closely behind. The digital clock in the hallway read 7 is to 25 a.m. and we head down the spiral staircase and past the quiet room. I could smell the food cooking already. It smells delicious, better than anything I have ever smelled before. As we walked into the kitchen, I noticed Axel and Flenny making the food. It was only us that was up yet. Everyone else outside of the group must still be in bed. Flenny was standing by the stove top, frying up what looked to be eggs, and Alex was placing cooked bacon on each plate. Franklin come over and looked overall overly looked overly excited about the food. It was cute. She pulls out some hash browns from the fridge and go over to the stove to stove top with Flanny. When I was in the basement, I had things teeny. TV I was given when I was 13, and when I say teeny, I mean really small. I was chained up most of the time. I was in the basement, so the only thing I could do was sit there and watch. I mean, I had nothing else to do. I could exactly move and try to escape. My father never gave me the remote, so I was stuck on one channel my whole life. No sound but the subtitle only. That's how I know a bit more than I should, considering I was never let out of the basement, never cooked my own food, never did anything but just sit there. It consisted of some cooking shows, hence why I noticed a little bit about the food but really not much. It had to know what they are doing when you can't hear anything. It also showed some remotic comedy shows but nothing over the top but I know about sex. But just like food never tied it. I felt dumb, to put it simply. About 15 minutes later, all the food was ready to eat and served on white chocolate plates. We all take one, and sit on one of big rectangle table in the living room. I spot two chairs next to each other were free as everyone else already sat down. So I choose one and sat down with my plate in front of me. I would wonder why there was one chair free, but then I notice the boy wasn't here. You know, the brown eyed, ridiculous hot boy? Shut up, Octavia. What are you thinking? But Franny was there to look at, and I wasn't compelling at all. He was lovely to look at. Again, Octavia, shut the fuck up. That was until I saw him walk into the room, swiftly taking a seat in the spare, sit next to me with his food. Once he sat down, he looked at me with furrowed eyebrows and a disgusted looks on his face. I simply ignore and look down at my food. So much food on my plate. I have always felt so undernourished, but I don't think my body is ready to eat a full meat yet, especially since retoing food will. I was in basement. I never had a full plate given to me. I talk a bit out of the balcony and my mouth waters. Delicious. Wait for a second, guys, because I have to take one of my you can say notebook so that I can write a word that seems to be difficult to me. Because as you all know, I had my challenge in previously that I have must to learn a word in a day, and my study words is very like chuckle. The word is chuckle, and for today my word is forwarded. Forwarded. So it's better for me to write it with the date, and the date is 02 26. Okay, February 02 26, and the word is FUWOWED. And now we have just to continue our reading. Hola Bunias. Bunia. Is this girl a boy selling a bunya? I don't think so. And I also don't hope so. Now, continuing to our chapter. I never had a full plate given to me. I take a bite out of the bacon and my mouth waters. Delicious. About 15 minutes pass and everyone is done with their plates. Everyone ate all their foods but me. Great. People start getting up and putting away the dishes in the sink. Already, all right, you ready, Octavia? Matilda asked me in the kitchen. Yeah, let's go, I say. Where are you going? The brown eyed boy asked Matilda and Matilda only, which I paused at, surprised that he actually speak. His eyes stayed on Matilda. She looked a bit taken by his questions, but she quickly spoke. Mr. Whitelocker wanted to see her, and then I'm taking her for a tour of the facilities. He nodded, picked up his plates. I'm coming, he says quickly, and and sought and shorter and sorta quietly. He stands up and put his plate in the sink. Sink, I think it might be uh, mm, basin, might be. What's both myself and Matilda are looking at each other. It's not like I want to. He wants to see me as well. He spoke harshly. God, what's up with this man? Did he walk up on the wrong side of the bed or something? More than Maria. Aisha scarcely, knowing Matilda enjoyed my snacky comment. But he certainly didn't. He paused with what he was doing, his face even angrier. Oh, so she does speak? She say, flooding his arms and raising his eyebrow slightly. Could say the same about you, I reply back quickly. I don't know where this was coming from. It just sort of happened. Huh, we are learning how to socialize, how fun. He just stole a grumbler, grumbles. He just short of grumbles at my reply. We going on staying here all day. He said, grabbing his stuff. He left in the kitchen and start to head out. Matilda just look at me and smile, and we say goodbye to the group, and we both walk out of the common room. Author notes: deeply apologize, quit for a lack of chapters. Had an extremely by weekend. Okay, and now we are on our chapter 7, and chapter 7 has a reading of 5.6K and 29 comments as well as 95 stars. So, continuing the particular, we are making our way to his office. Matilda right by my side and the brown eye boy following behind, but from far away. We had inside the room before his office, and Mr. Wicklet doors were both open. He spotted us as he looked up from his desk. Come in, come in. Matilda and I both had in past the door and sit down on the two seats. You know as well coming into, he spoke again, looking behind Matilda and I and looking straight at him. He rolled his eyes and eventually dragged himself into the room and laid down on the couch by the wall to the right of the chair. Miss Percy, how was your first night at the academy? He asked. I shrugged my shoulders. Yeah, good. I say, not like it was anything special. I sat on a cocha. Sorry, cocha. I sat on a couch, got glared at by the glumps laying over there and went to bed. Fun. That's good to hear. So I asked for you to come in because with your situation, I figured you might not know exactly what this academy is all about or what we teach here at Northview. He paused. It is a, isn't it just a boarding room or boarding schools? I asked without actually thinking. I hear the brown eyed boy scoff at my questions, and he rolled his eyes and looked away from me. Clearly, I shouldn't know about this academy, but how could I? I'm afraid you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm afraid you are wrong on that one, Octavia. This school is only for a special group of peoples. He paused for a second. We train the students to become assassin to help fight the underground crimes of the world. He paused again, looking straight in my eyes. I scrunch my face with confusion. Wow, I never thought that this story get a drastic change. Wow, that's a great thing. I could say a great thing. Wow, like I would just wanted to say wow to this particular reader, sorry, or writer who just turn a girl being harassed and being always scolded and always being tortured into a assassin. It's too good. It's too good to hear. Now, by continuing our chapter, what? I'm lost. I say, looking around to Matilda, who looked confused as well, but both, but for another reason. I think she was confused in how I didn't even know this place exists. Everyone has, everyone here comes from wealthy and rich ex-assassins. They are partners, parents, have trained this academy as well. They aren't just random people. We take off the streets and train them. Everyone here has the background to become the best and help make this place safer. He spoke with clear desire in what he does at this academy. But my thought process was everywhere. I was confused. He mentioned that everyone here has a background with their parents. Being ex assassin, that's not me. My parents are assholes. That girl is so forward. Like he's so cute. From what I heard from the basement, they barely left the house either. They sat on their asses for their whole life on their own accord. They are not assassins. They can't be. Why I'm here then? You said everyone's parents are ex-assassins. Mine were assholes. What? That girl is so cute, bro. Like that particular girl is like it can't be explainable. I particularly got dragged off the street. Why I'm here? I ask again. Frustration in my voice show through a little bit. Just annoyed at why I keep getting forced to be in this place. Mr. Whitlocker paused again. He took a deep breath in through his nose and exhaled through his mouth. His eyes contemplating what to say. He wiped his mouth and spoke. I think that's a story of another time, Octavia. He paused once more, looking at Matilda and the brown eyed boy, hitting at maybe it's something that I need to be told privately. Slightly nod, only slightly so Mr. Whitlocker could notice, but not the other two. But for you, you are an exception here at Northview. So he spoke rather softly when he said it. The earned another scoff from the brown eyed boy, sculling in the couch. I slightly shook my head at my thoughts. I'm so lost, but there's clearly not much that I can do. It's not like I can just run off and escape. The place is guarded, and there's high fences all around us. You can see them far away in distance, and I also know maybe last 50 meters of running before I'd stop from the lack of exercise I have done. Now I know that it is that is a lot of information I have given you. It's up to you whether you want to go to your first seat of class today, or you can take the tour with Matilda and just view the facility for the day. He questioned. I turned to Matilda to see what he thinks. She sort of shrugs here, her shoulder implementing it's up to me. I was hesitant. I already know I will be far behind, and with my lack of education, I won't be ready for any of the classes. But I don't think I was ready to go through that, not today at least. I look to my right to the boy. He was now fully laid back on the couch with his arms over his eyes like he was trying to sleep. Or maybe he already was. I roll my eyes and look back up to Mr. Whitler. Or you could do the tour with Matilda and take your time with it. and then come over to the training facilities. Later, when the students are training and give it a go, he asks. I sort of liked that idea, not rushing the tour and not going to class and then checking out of what training they do. Sounds good to me, I think. I nod my head and look at Matilda. Sounds good to me, she spoke, putting her hands on the chair to help her out, which woke up the brown eyed boy, make him sit up. One last thing. I'll just need to grab your fingerprints and I can put you into our system so you can access the Maranoko common room by yourself. I'll go grab the while you go on over by that little desk behind my right side and I'll be over in a second. He spoke again, but my stomach dropped. I don't know why. My fingerprints. How am I going to get out of this? I hadn't be fine it Matilda and old Grumps wasn't in the room. When I was 12, my parents burned off my fingerprints one night. My mom was holding me down throughout the whole thing, even though my tears and screams of going, she continued pinning my body down. As for my dad, well, I'm sure he had fun. All I remember before passing, passing out after the sixth one was him telling me why he was doing this. All he said was, they are useless, so why have them? You'll be better off without them. That was his reason for it, for putting me through all that pain. I knew it wrong, but the pain was too much to handle. When I woke up there, hours later, there was a plate in front of me, a leg of chicken. That was it. It was like they gave me that as a reward of getting my fingers burned. They don't even put anything on my finger afterward. So on, no badges, no I speak. That was it. I pick of fucking chicken, a piece of fucking chicken. I shake out of my thoughts as I stand up and stands by the little desk. Mr. Whitlocker then by, come back into the room with a little jar of ink and heads over to me. He stands to me, left, grab a piece of paper from the drawer and place it down in front of me. I had my name up and top and up up the top and my birthday. Another things we never did. No, never celebrate it. I say, guys, just do like, please do like and subscribe. He puts out his hand for me to place mine into so he could press my finger into the ink. I just had to go along with it, knowing Matilda had the boy was in the room watching. put my hand into his and he takes my index finger and pressed it into the ink family. He then transferred my finger to the piece of paper. He pressed it down and he then lifted it up after a couple seconds. I looked down to see what it would look like, and it was sort of just a blob of ink in the shape of my finger. I looked over at Mr. Wicklocker. His eyebrows were furrowed with confusion. He then took my finger and turned around so he could see. What's that? And that's when he noticed. He didn't really say or do anything, but his face expression changed to apologetic. He looked at me and then back at all my fingers. I let him go off me, wiped my fingers, and I put my hands in my pockets. Looks like we don't have enough ink. We'll just have to do it another day, another time. You can go now, girls, but you can stay. He sang, looking back over at couch. The boy just rolled his eyes. Matilda and I left the room rather quickly and headed outside. And with this, we have completed our chapter 5, 6, and 7. And now we are at chapter 8. I think this probably going to work for us. What's about what's what was that about? First of all, Matilda asked as we stepped outside in the courtyard. I looked at her confused. With the fingerprints, Mr. Whitlocker looked like he saw a ghost. He chuckled, clearly not thinking much about the situation. Oh, I think he was just shocked that he ran out of ink. I say not confidently, but enough to pursue her. She just shrugged her shoulders. He's a bit like that. She laughed. I let out a little chuckle and we reached what looked to be some classrooms. Matilda showed we around nearly everyone's classes. There was no way I'd be able to remember all of them, but it's the thoughts that counts. She was putting in so much effort. I think she forget that there is someone thing that are just pure knowledge that everyone knows. I means she even pointed me out what a chalkboard was in the main theater. She didn't mention that's where everyone goes for any important all academic meetings or if there is any fires that breaks out. I continue the tour of another hours and then we reached the Marnock common room. Matilda says we may as well just hang out there and here for a little bit as there's still an hour till training start. Matilda pops her finger on the scanner and open the door. Here's a few people around in the common room. and the rest are in their classes. Hey Matilda, I'm going to head upstairs for a quick shower and then I'm going to check out the reading room. I say, wow, that was a lot of words. We are getting there. I'm feeling slightly more confident with talking to people now, especially Matilda. She's been lovely this whole time. Who's Matilda? Call me Tilly. Wow. My friend get to call me Tilly and you one of them. She smiles. But yeah, sounds good. We can meet in the kitchen in an hour and head over to the facilities. I chuckle on some legging and a fighter t-shirts of training. That was most people wear. She shrugged and she grabs a glass of water and head in the common room. I head upstairs and open up Tilly and wardrobe. I pick out a pair of grey leggings, a short sleeves top that's a fit. I grab a towel from the rack and head into the bathroom. As much as it grows, I could only have a shower every month if I was lucky. Sometime I went 2 months without a shower. It was an awful feeling, feeling the dirty of dirt on my skin, unable to wash it off. Even my hair started falling out a bit because of going so long without washing my hair. I hopped in the shower, and as soon as the warm water hit my body, it was likely heaven. Silly, I know, but it was the best feeling. I noticed a spong type things in the cabinet in the shower. Yes, they had a cabinet quite literally in the shower. I grabbed it, poured some body lotions in there, and I scrubbed my body, probably way harder than I needed to. I started to feel myself tear up. I don't know why, but trying to scrub everything off that happened in the basement seems to get to me. Once I was done, I hopped out. I put on the leggings and put on the shirts. A very fitted shirt. I look into the mirror on the bathroom wall. My eyes dart to me arms covered in brushes and scars. Thought I can't wear this. I freak out a little bit. I quickly take off the fitted short sleeves and wrap the towel around me. I walk out, and thankfully, no one was in the room still. I chucks Tilly top back and grab a big oversized long sleeves, one that covered my whole arm and body. I like this way more. I head out of the room and head down the spiral staircase and towards the reading room. I make my way in and notice two familiar faces. Flanny was sitting on the large couch, and the brown eyed boy sitting in one of the singular seats. Finn noticed me first as I walk in. Hey Octavia, come sit down over here. He spoke with a welcome tone in his voice. I sensed he was a nice, outgoing guy. He had that presence about him. I smiled as he shared my name. I couldn't help it. He's very nice to look at as well. There was only about two other peoples besides myself, Finley and the brown-eyed boy. Speaking of, as I walked towards, Finian sat down beside me. I could hear him scoff, but he stayed put and kept his eye stuck in his books. What are you what you are reading? I asked as I made myself comfortable, rather comfy next to him. One of the book we have to read for my class. Not very exciting, he say, turning the page but still looking at me. I let out a little chuckle. Oh, sounds fun. I say scar- sarcastically. Sarcastically. Finley smiles at my comment. Sarcastically. What you have been to? He pops down his book into his lap, giving me his full attention. I wasn't used to it. Met with Mr. Whitlocker this morning. Just going though what this place is and Matilda. I pause a smile. Tilly gave me a massive tour of the academic and she's about to show me the training facilities. Finn nodded as if I finish my sentence. Sounds busy. Should be good too. Check out the training facilities. That's my favorite part of for show. He says confidently, his chest in the air, clearly proud about his statement. It was gut. Oh, really? I don't even know what to expect of the place. I thought the classroom were pretty cool, but the training facility sounds really good. I saw with a smile. I'm staring to really warm up. Slowly though, and I think Finn noticed that too. I won't spoil anything, and you will just have to wait and find out. But you are right now, you love it, he says. Isn't it the right, brother? He looks over his shoulder and straight to his brother sitting away from us, his eye glued to his book. Yep, he says, looking up for a split second and goes back to his books. One word, and that was it. Flynn just laughs. I suppose he's used to getting constant nothing from him. I, on the other hand, was finding it rather annoying, but I kept it to myself. I am only one day in. I don't need to making enemies, even though it's pretty clear he don't like me. What's up with him? I asked, but didn't realize until I said it that I could be of being a sensitive topic. Oh, nothing. He's always a grump, but he did come out of Mr. Whitlocker meeting pretty angry, so the group just let him chill till he's done. But something I can't help myself but to annoy him when he's like this. He laughed, he left his right arm and looked at me, his watch. We should get going to training, he says, getting up from the couch. And finally, guys, we completed our chapter 8 here, and now we are proceeding to chapter 9. And we will stop here, and we will going to, like, it is not chapter 9, it is something that update. Please read. Hey lovely, just wanted to come on here and apologize for my lack of writing and chapters that have been published. I have unfortunately been going through a really hard time at the moment and wasn't in the right mindset to focus on my writing and this story. Once again, apologizing, apologize for that. But on the positive note, I'm going to try and use this as a way I can escape and just create without the stress of everything else. So to put it simple, I'm going to be writing more chapters very soon. Wow, hip hip hooray. I love you all. Thank you for all the love, and I'm glad you're enjoying the story so much. And here is chapter 9. So we continue that particular chapter tomorrow onwards. And for now, I think we must. I'm not getting why people are still in a very hovers effects, as this story seriously is being so good, as people might like it. Like, I'm thinking that that particular story is going to be to some other peoples who, like, don't interest in that particular. So I think I should must, like, what do you say, change the preference for what do you say, for the audience. So I would rather try to put on some other day. Before getting into it, I'll first check if any of the things fit the most to this. So, a very good things, and thank you for you all. We are now ending our live stream. We are today again 10 minutes of delay because we had a call from a company for their interviews, and for that reason I had got late for 10 minutes, and I'm making you all sure that from tomorrow onwards we are not going to get any trouble, as well as we are going to get on time as I previously spoke of. So thanks for watching, and if you think my video is interesting and you enjoyed, you are still here, so please do like, subscribe. That 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 action really makes me feel better and feel that I must to continue my journey, my pressure, and my dedication. Please subscribe, do subscribe and like my video so that the actions of yours continuously motivates me. Thank you once again. Have a good day, have a good night. Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. Bye bye.